Hello everyone, let us start with the managing files of records. Today let us go for record access. This particular concept, managing files of records, that contains the first topic as record access. So we have already seen what exactly record access is. So you can access the records using either primary key or using the secondary keys. So primary key is a unique key where it is not changing. You cannot change that particular key, or I can call it as unchanging key, right? So if you are going for primary key, then the record access will be easy, but in order to remember the primary key it is a little bit difficult because it is a unique, since it is a unique key. In order to remember the key will be remembering the key will be difficult. That's why if we go for secondary key concept, that will be convenient method of accessing record. So instead of going for primary key, if we go for records content which is unchanging, that will be good for record access, and we can call that as secondary key concept. So in the secondary key, what you can do is you can opt the name or any other fields. If I go for a student record, USN will be the unique key, that will be the primary key, and other fields like name, age, semester, branch, all those things. So usually name will not be changing, semester, branch will not be changing. Name and branch, you can select it as a secondary key, and you can access the record using that secondary key also. So this is the record access method. Next, here we are going to study something about the sequential search. So we know what is sequential search. So it will be starting the sequential search will be starting from the beginning, and it will go each and every record one by one till the end. When you reach the particular record whatever you want to access, then it will stop its process, right? So how can we evaluate the performance of the sequential search? So obviously we know that it is the simplest form of file searching, because all other techniques whatever we are using, it is not so simple as sequential search. We know that sequential search, it will start from the beginning, each and every record you are going to access one by one. So it is a very simple method. So the file is searched one record at a time until a record is found with a particular key, right? So when you get that particular key, you are going to stop your search, and you are going to display that you have found the record. Suppose if the record whatever, if the key whatever you had given is not there in that particular file, then it will search till the end of the file, and it will display that record has not been found, right? So sequential search is usually slow. Why? Because if there are n records in the file, you may have to look at all of them before you find the one you want, right? So if suppose your record whatever you are finding is at the end of the file, then you need to go till that end record, because you need to start from the beginning and you need to move till the last record in order to get your search successful, right? So obviously it is time consuming. If the key you are looking for is in the file, on average you will need to look through n by 2 records before finding it, right? So that is in the sequential search. So sequential search is said to be big O of n, because the time it takes is proportional to n. That means, if, as I told, if your record is at the last position, nth position, you need to search n times. That is why it is proportional to n, right? So that is the sequential search concept. Now how we can improve the sequential search performance? With record blocking. Blocking in the sense, you are going to group together. Okay, so we grouped bytes into fields, Okay, fields into records, and now we are going to club records to blocks. So that is nothing but blocking concept. Records we are going to club together to block. Blocking is done strictly as performance measure. I need to improve the performance of sequential search. That is why we are going to go for blocking method. So although blocking results in substantial performance improvement, it doesn't change the order of sequential search. It will be always big O of n itself. The cost of searching is always O of n itself. It reflects the differences between the memory access speed and cost of accessing secondary storage. That means blocking saves time because it decreases amount of seeking. Number of times you are going for secondary storage, that will be decreased. That is why it is going to improve the performance. When the seeking time is less, obviously your performance will be better, right? So blocking will save the time by decreasing the amount of seeking. That is why it will improve your performance. That is the concept of blocking. When sequential search is good. So sequential search is usually considered as expensive method. As I told, it is proportional to n. That is why it is an expensive method, but it is extremely easy to program, right? And it requires simplest of file structures. Very simple file structure it needs. There are so many situations in which you can use the sequential search. When your collection of elements is not sorted, cannot be sorted, by that time you can go for sequential search. Because if you are going for any other method like binary search, then what you need to do in order to perform the binary search operation, you need to sort it. You need to sort the element. Sometimes sorting the elements are difficult because sorting will take one more algorithm and it will take time, right? Sorting is difficult. Sometimes it cannot be, some data which will not be sorted. By that time you can use the sequential search operation. One more, your collection of elements is very small. If you have only minimum number of elements, like if your file contains only 10 elements or 100 elements, then your sequential search will be good. It will not consume much time. But if it is lots of data, if your file carries lots of data, then obviously sequential search is not a good solution. When the number of searches you will perform on the data is low, number of searches are low, then sequential search is good. But if you have more number of searches, then obviously sequential search will consume time, right? So all these 3 points are nothing but when you can use the sequential search concept. Now let us go for some Unix tools for sequential processing. So I have the first command as cat. All of us know what is cat. So it concatenates the file named on the command and line and writes the result on the standard output. Say if I write cat my file is the file which I have. So if I write cat my file, then it is going to write whatever contents you have, that it is going to write. Okay, and next we have WC. WC is nothing but the word count. So if I write WC my file, then in that particular my file, whatever content you have, how many number of lines you have, I mean lines in the sense, here we can tell it as how many number of records, that is 2 records I have, and how many number of here you can write it as number of lines, words and characters. So here how many number of lines you have or how many number of records you have, that is 2 we are going to write, and then how many number of words you have, that is 14. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, sorry, here it is different, 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. So 14 words are there, and how many number of characters in the file. So total number of characters, length of each field will be found and written, calculated and written, displayed. So this is the WC command will do this job. And we have one more command, grep. Grep filter searches a file for a particular pattern of character and display all lines that contain that pattern. So for example, if I write grep ada my file, so it is going to search this particular character ada in my file. So in my file, ada is there in this particular line, so that will be displayed, that line will be displayed, where that particular character is there, that word is there, that will be displayed. So this is the Unix tools for sequential processing. Now we have file access methods. So file access methods are nothing but, so what are the different methods you have? One is direct access and one more is sequential access. So we have already seen all these in our previous sessions. So what exactly a direct access is and what exactly a sequential access is. The way by which information or data can be retrieved, we can call it as file access method. So there are two methods of file access. One is direct access and one more is sequential access. So direct access, this method, the information data stored on a device can be accessed randomly and immediately, irrespective to the order it was stored. Directly it can access the data. The data with this access method is quicker than the sequential access. This is also known as random access method, also called as random access method. For example, hard disk, flash memory. Okay, so that is direct access method. What is sequential access? So sequential access method, it will this method, the information or data stored on the device, it is accessed in the exact order in which it was stored. If it is stored sequentially, it will start from here, here, it will go on continuing. Sequentially, it is going to access the data. So sequential access methods are seen in older storage devices such as magnetic tape, usually in magnetic tape. This is not a quick access method, it is time consuming. Okay. What are file organization methods? So there are three types of file organization. So what is organization method? The process that involves how data or information is stored so file access could be as easy and quickly as possible. So how exactly it has been organized, the data, how it has been organized in the file. That is what file organization method. There are three different ways. One is sequential, one is indexed sequential, one more is random or direct. So sequential organization. So in the sequential organization, all records are stored in some sort of order. It might be ascending, it might be descending, or it might be alphabetical, likewise. So the order is based on the field in the record. For example, a file holding the records employee ID, date of birth and address. So the employee ID is used and records stored in is grouped accordingly. So ascending or descending order can be used with both direct and sequential access. In any of direct or sequential access, you can go for sequential organization. Okay, so suppose if you are going for employee ID start from 001 it will be stored first 02, 03, 04, likewise it will continue. That is sequential organization. Okay, what is indexed sequential organization method? So the records is stores in some order, but there is a second file called the index file. We have already seen it, index file, that indicates where exactly the certain key points. Address of the certain key will be stored in the index file. So it cannot be used with the sequential access method. We have to use the direct access method in indexed sequential structure. Okay, so what is random organization method? The records are stored randomly, but each record has its own specific position on the disk. So there will be a particular address for each and every record. With this method, no time could be wasted searching for a file. So time consuming is very less. So instead it jumps directly to exact position and access the data or information. Directly it will jump to the particular position and get the data. Can only be used with the direct access method. Can only be used with the direct access method. So these are the different file organization method. So that will wind up our session today. So thank you guys.